Hello traders, Mark here from Flipside Trading, and just wanted to do a quick recap of today's trades in crude. I think it has a lot of good examples from a day trading aspect, so let's get right to it. So the first thing we want to look at is the anchor chart right here. It's the 30-minute chart. And so when I come in, I'm in mountain time. So I get in about 5:30, and I can see that here's the 200 EMA. I have the 50 EMA. Right here I have the 5 and then the 13. So I can see that price is basically below all my moving averages, and I'm starting to cross, the 5 to 13, and my momentum at this point in time at 5:30 is bearish. So right now I have all things that are more or less pointing bearish, so I'm kind of leaning that way as far as looking for setups on the short side. So we'll come over here now to the Renko chart, and this Renko chart is basically it's a 2-5-10, which means that each bar here is 5 ticks. The offset right here is 2 ticks. And then the reversal, okay, from top to bottom, that's 12 ticks. Again, we have a bunch of moving averages. We have the 13, the 34, the 50, and this is a moving average of this 50 EMA here, and this blue line here is the VWAP, i.e. the volume weighted average price. So when I come in, I can see that the VWAP to me, okay, serves as my overall, if you would say, trend indicator, right? I want to always be on the right side of that. That kind of helps me, stay in direction. The VWAP, it will help me a little bit from a support resistance perspective. So as I move in here, I'm looking for continuation trades that kind of wicks off the moving averages or the 50. Now I didn't take this wick down here because the VWAP was so close. And I had a key support level right here. So I let that walk through, and then now I got a pullback, and I got this great setup where I had this up down reversal, and I got basically the wick off the 13. So my entry point was right here at 71.29. Also, this entry point was below this key should we say pivot point here, which gave me clear sailing at least to this say key support level at 70.95. So I was able to take that, and you can see we moved through. As I got to my support level here, what I did is I started basically moving my stop down one bar at a time, given I've already had basically almost a 30-point run. And as you go through, we did break it, but right here, as soon as I got this kick up, I got stopped out. But again, we're looking for the continuation trade, and we move back. We're looking for a wick, and you can see that we got the wick right here, off the basically the support line. Support line is now resistance. It's in between the moving averages. Our moving averages are stacked, and so we're in like one tick below here at about 70.82, and we get another great trade moving through. I started trailing my stop as we got to my next support line, and we came all the way down, and as I got here to S1, I just took profit. I was like, okay, we had basically we came all the way here from 90 down to 70, so 90 ticks. I didn't wait for any type of spike back. I just went ahead at S1 and said, okay, in advance I'm going to go ahead and take the trade off the table. So we bounced back a little bit. We do get a spike off, a reversal, which suggests a potential continuation, but did not take it given how low we were. Really looking for kind of momentum and everything else to reset. We're getting a bounce. We get a bounce into the 50. We got another bounce in the 50. Not taking that right now because I have S1 right here. And then move back, we get bounce off S1. Now, I do take this one because if I look at this and look kind of a longer term, and let me get some drawing tools here real quick. If I have this reach here, okay, kind of get this, a pivot point coming down here. And so basically, I'm looking for, I got a lower high right here, and I'm looking to see if I get a higher high, but I didn't get a higher high right here. And so it basically is like come down below. Let's take this off. And this is kind of the trigger point, but I waited for it to break S1. I didn't get into right about here, around 89. And again, I took off as soon as I got this reversal candle. Basically, I was out. So that was kind of a quick scalp. Again, not as aggressive because right now we were basically, oversold from the crude perspective. So we come back up, but again, I get this one pop right here. And the reason why I do take this trade is because we're at the 7 o'clock hour, 7 o'clock mountain time, which is basically kind of the ghost crude pit open. And so we go ahead and we take that knowing that I have a really tight stop here and I'm bouncing off S1 again. We pop down and I get stopped out right here. So again, just another quick scalp. So if I, moving forward, we kind of move up and down. Kind of done for the day on the shorts. I'm looking to see whether or not we'll turn around any. And sure enough, we get this, get a higher high, right? Higher low. We come up here to this higher high. It kind of moves back down again. And so what's happening is we're getting this consolidation, if you will, right through. Let's get a better arrow here. Right through here. Now the key is in this consolidation, you can see two things. Number one, I'm getting higher highs and higher lows. So it's suggesting that I'm going to break to the upside. Plus I'm getting kind of divergence from momentum. And I'm getting a kind of a cross, right here that's telling me that we might be in good shape. So let's kind of scroll a little bit further. Right, it pops down and then, so right here, we make that entry based on that break of support and we come all the way up and I'm out right here. Combination of it pulled back, I'm right on the S1. I missed all this, but it's been a pretty profitable day so far, so did not really have any qualms of taking that target here, especially since this was counter trend. So if we look a little bit further, obviously, things move back around. I did not take this divergence. You can see that here. It just, even though it was with, with the overall daily trend on the 30, I just held off right there because I really, I could have entered, here, but I didn't really have a good continuation, so just left that alone. Could have had this one here. I missed this. This is really what I'm looking for, right? You have your divergence, you come down, you get back, you get your wick off the 50 and the smooth 50. Your moving averages are more or less stack. You're in the overall trend, and I missed this. So that's just the way trading goes. That's real life. That happens. I was probably working on something else. So I did have one more long here. As you can see, we start getting some more divergence here again, moving back up to, getting price back on the right side of my overall trend indicator, which is this smooth 50, the 50 EMA, the 50 EMA. And we come up here, and I didn't take this, even though it was a potential break, just because this was so long right here. This was really, I thought that this was the more of really where the consolidation was taking place within this total zone. So I waited, and especially since this was counter trend. And what happened is here we got up to the S1, came back down again, came up. Okay, now we're bubbling, and this area now becomes of interest to me, as well as kind of breaking back into my 30-minute opening range. And so here, now that I was above this level, I was now bouncing off of S1. This was the last trade I took of the day, right? That makes sense. Here I had my wick off the 34, and I took it up to right here on the VWAP, kind of moved in to that point. Didn't wait for anything, bounced back, just took it off, and I was pretty much done for the day. There was some chop after that. I'll go ahead and show this to you, but at that point in time, I really didn't want to push it. You could have definitely had some trades here. We did have some nice, should we say, trend moving forward. We had our wicks. You could have got kind of a $100, $150, on each one of these. But at that point, I just didn't want to give any money back. So there you go. I hope that helps, and we'll catch you on the flip side.